Next up is the Dow Jones. We're gonna look at a little stock index action. We had a really good play. I did a video of this during the week on the NASDAQ, and I want to clear something up because we have this discussion in the live room all the time. So we look at the NASDAQ here, and we had two potential pattern formation. The cipher being the bigger one that could maybe happen if everything goes correctly, right? That was kind of the long shot deal. But the one that actually triggered was the Gartley pattern, which is right up here. And I get this all the time, right? And I even got the question the other day, Akil, if I sign up for your program and sit in your live rooms, basically, he didn't word it this way, but basically, can I use it like a signal service and just take whatever you guys talk about? And I always say, no, right? You guys know I'm highly against signal services, at least our program being used as one, because I don't think signal services I don't think they teach you how to kind of be an independent trader. It's the whole thing where, like, if I give you a fish, I can feed you for a day. If I teach you how to fish, you can feed yourself and your family for the rest of your life and future generations and blah, 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 right? Trading is the same way. But whenever we get people that try to use it like a signal service, and including the Trading Edge video here, because I know some of you guys do, it's always interesting when I get comments days or weeks after where they're looking at trading opportunities and they're asking, hey, are you still in there? How come it lost? And blah, blah, blah. And they don't really understand the full trade. They understand the entry, which is what a lot of people focus on, but they don't understand where to get out or where to manage their positions or stuff like that. And I got one here on the NASDAQ. And if we look closely, right, here's what happened. So we had I'm going to go down to our hourly real quick, right? So we had our completion right here at our 127 extension, right? And this pattern was actually a winning pattern. It actually won twice because you shouldn't have been stopped out here either, right? If we just take our stop loss and bring it to the highs, right? You can see, maybe you were stopped out depending on what you were using. I take that back. But even before that happened, right, this should have been a winning pattern, because if you know the rules for the Gartley pattern, our targets go to 382 retracement taken from our A leg all the way to our D completion. So what happens is initially, right, it looks like this. And this is the trader that doesn't really know how to trade these things. They're sitting there and they have their targets down here and they're waiting and they're waiting and waiting. But as price pushes up, watch what happens. We roll those targets up with price action, which puts that target right at the 382. And of course, kind of the theme of the last few weeks has been, why is it good to front run your orders? This is a perfect example, right? Because you probably, you maybe would have got filled, maybe slipped a little bit here if you would have gotten out. If you front ran your orders, you're perfectly fine as they would have spiked through. But again, this is the main difference between someone that knows how to trade this stuff the right way, meaning knows the entire rules for how to do it. Boom, got out. Not as much profit as they initially intended, but you got out for a win, versus someone who didn't, who still has their target sitting down here and then probably got stopped out as price came up here. So, moral of the story is, guys, like, don't use my videos, don't use really anyone's videos on the internet. Gosh, never trade something unless you know 100% what you're doing. Let's put it that way. It's a lot easier that way, but some of you are going to do it anyway. So anyway, back to the point here. We're looking at the Dow Jones here, and we have another pattern set up. This is going to be a back-to-back one, right? We had the bat pattern set up earlier. Not sure if we did this on a Trading Edge video, but if we did and you made money, congrats. If you traded it on your own right and didn't use it as a signal service. We now have another bat setting up as well. You can see X to A to B, barely missing that 618. That would have been the qualifier for a Gartley. We did not hit it, so it is going to be a bat. And we're looking for a completion point right up here at our 886. With the zone going to our D leg. So if price action can travel a little bit higher into the zone, we are going to have a bearish bat pattern. Sorry, I can't get my drawing tools right. We're going to have a bearish bat pattern here on the Dow.